We have this 2001 GMC Sonoma that is going to be our battleground for today. All right, pause it for a second. We're going to do it. And we're going to.
All right, let's kick this off. We got Jared Majors versus Jack Baeppler. Should be an exciting match. And for the lovely people in the YouTube comment section from the last video, you're right. I don't know what a darce is. I didn't think the arm was in. You're right. I'm wrong. I hope you're happy. I cried myself to sleep.
2, 1, go!
But it's not about me. It's about these two young men. Jack immediately grabbing the seatbelt and getting a top position. Jared making sure that we have a bad camera angle with his foot. It is interesting, though. He seems to have one flip-flop on, but the other foot doesn't have one. I actually didn't notice that until just now. Yeah, he's still wearing his flip-flop on his other shoe. Huh. Oh, the flip-flop's coming off. Jack burying himself into Jared's guard. You know, I like the strategy that Jared kind of deployed by framing his feet against the ceiling, but he abandoned it pretty quickly. Looks like Jack's fishing for maybe some sort of leg lock. Very dynamic movement. Yeah, Jared's just not really establishing his frames in an effective way, but he is going back to that foot on the ceiling approach. This is a technique that I think is very smart. It at the very least protects him. Looks like he was trying to set up a triangle of sorts. Now there's just a little bit of tussling. Very good. That center console is getting a little ravaged right now. You can see it looks like Jack is starting to angle to push Jared a little bit more out the window. You can see, yeah, it looks like Jared's trying to hang on, but you know, Jack, no rookie to car jiu-jitsu, I think is doing some deep plays. Jared, I think maybe trying to set up some sort of like poor man's crucifix. Who knows? Maybe even a darce choke. I wouldn't know one if I saw one of those. But his head is definitely out of the car now. And in car jiu-jitsu, especially in this kind of tournament, it's really not a good idea to be riding high like that while you could potentially get pushed out. And you can see the guy kind of monitoring the match. I guess the ref just said that Jared does have near back control. It'll be interesting to see how this is scored. But, oh, look at this. Jack has Jared almost entirely out of the car. All Jack has to do is shuck him off, and then Jared will have lost via ring out. This is truly a spectacular moment in tackle car jiu-jitsu history. How will Jared be able to get himself back into the car? Look at his feet. He's just barely in. He's barely in. He's out. There's no way he's going to recover from that. Wow. Great job, Jack. We'll be back. Seems like Adam didn't interview.
People talking during the match.
All right, here we have Preston versus Rodney, Mr. Hash. I think his last name's Hennessy. Again, one I'm not 100% sure because he goes by Hash on the internet. He is a partaker of, I don't know, cannabis. I think that's where he gets his name. Preston, looking to redeem himself with some deep top pressure. You won't hear me say this to Preston's face very often, but he has been growing a lot as a grappler recently. He has a good guard. He has good top pressure. Not sure how much all that translates to the car, but he is I'd favor him in a super fight. Also, he has a pretty big size advantage. The biggest problem with Preston though is he does talk while he's in the car. Mr. Hash, on the other hand, trying to establish some frames. Looks like, he pulled guard, which I usually don't recommend in these kind of matches, but he might be getting a good back position from here. And because Preston keeps taking a break from doing jiu-jitsu to talk, that gives Rodney the ability to kind of sneak out. Rodney also has the advantage of being smaller, and in the car, being small is actually a pretty big advantage. However, this is also Rodney's very first car jiu-jitsu match, so I think that it might be a little jarring for him. Looks like Preston's starting to get a little bit of control. Preston has a I wouldn't say that was a guillotine attempt. I mean, it was an attempt, but it wasn't close enough. Rodney's still aiming for that back. Preston going back to the guillotine. Both men realizing that.
Got the horn back.
Yeah. Well, interrupting me always with the car horn.
Not the ankle. That's the same one, brother.
Rodney's going for an ankle.
That'd be funny. Nice if you see that look.
Preston not happy with the seatbelt not pulling out. I think that's actually a safety feature. From here, it's hard to tell who's pushing the pace. It does look like Rodney's threatening some submissions, but Preston definitely just has that push it forward pacing. Rodney doing a good job not really letting Preston get anything. Preston had a couple of those guillotine
Are we allowed to use the
attempts.
grocery bags back here?
Preston has found some grocery bags in the back, and now he's curious if he can use those, which I said he could not. He knows better. Yeah, very close match, as I was saying. So Rodney, a little bit of back control at the end, but never really got his hooks. Preston never really got mount. Preston had some guillotine attempts. Rodney had some straight ankles.
We can't decide.
Nobody can decide who they won. So what ended up happening here, we decided, since Preston had already been beaten by Gunther, that we were going to advance Rodney just because he hadn't had the opportunity to lose yet. So we're just going to push him forward, which, you can criticize us for that. It's just trying to figure out how to make this bracket work.
Hash here with a victory in his tackle jiu-jitsu debut. How did that go?
It was weird. It was not as much space as I thought there would be. It was super tight. I thought I would get a back once I had his back, and then I just didn't. Forgot where the seatbelt was, and I'm like, I'm going to pull this one, and it just didn't pull.
It's never fun when it's tight. I agree. Definitely not a lot of space in there.
Tight is not fun,
No. I like it nice and wide most of the time.
I like it loose, like a hallway.
Yep. Just punching air.
Yeah, just blasting it.
Well, looking forward to your next match.
Fuck yeah.
We've got Kevin Greaser back here again. How's the day been progressing so far?
It's been moving along really nicely. Some really exciting matches. A lot of finishes, which I think people didn't see coming. We saw our first 2 leg lock finishes in card jiu-jitsu history. So moving on to the second round, we've got a lot of exciting matchups going on.
I think so. Which match are we looking forward to the most?
I just want to see John Gunther. I just want to see more of what John can bring to the table. After his first match, he wasn't happy with his performance despite getting a leg lock. He wanted to use the seatbelt. I think he sees some more options that he didn't pursue in his first match.
I'm definitely looking to a lot more seatbelt action as the day goes on. I think at this card jiu-jitsu championship, everybody wants the Sheets gift card. What do you think?
I mean, it's the biggest prize that Ohio Jiu-Jitsu has to offer. Have you seen the trophy? It's huge.
I know. It's as big as I am, and I'm not very big.
Yeah. And $25, both of those combined, it's a haul. So
got a long day ahead of us still.